All right, here we go. Let's get some more votes going. We're going to start with the Lombardi Award for the best lineman or linebacker in college football. And this was the first controversial decision we've had in NCAA. We actually had two players tie for the award. And so, as the tiebreaker goes, I'm going to go ahead and go with my vote that I voted. Since I'm the commissioner, I decided that would be easier than having a revote. And so, the two players that were tied for the best lineman or linebacker award for Lombardi were Keith Thomas of Kansas and Ricky Kennedy of Rutgers, and I went ahead and voted for Rutgers, Ricky Kennedy for the award. So he's going to win the tiebreaker and become the first player not named Keith Thomas to win this award. So congratulations to Ricky Kennedy of Rutgers for winning the Lombardi Award for best lineman or linebacker. And then next up is the Bronco Nagurski Award for the best defensive player in college football. And this one wasn't as close. So the best player is Keith Thomas. He's going to win the award for the third year in a row from Kansas. 43 tackles, 26 sacks, 132 hurries, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. I think his hurries is what just separates him as the best player. He's just a disruptor inside from the defensive tackle position, especially. He's been one of the best players in all of college football for the 3 years that we've been playing. So it's not surprising that he wins this award for the third time in a row. Bronco Nagurski, Defensive Player of the Year. Keith Thomas from Kansas. All right, so next up, we're going to roll over to the best center, the Dave Remington Trophy for the best center in the country. And so far, Michael Smith from UCLA had won it each of the last 2 years. So this year we have our first non-Michael Smith winner, and it's going to be Marvin Hurst from USC. Great season. 1,170 plays with only 3 penalties and 1 sack allowed. I think that the fact that he had such a good season with penalties probably separated him. Michael Smith ended up finishing tied for second, so he's still up there as one of the best centers. But Marvin Hurst is your Remington Award winner for best center. All right, and then the next award is the Outland Trophy for best lineman in the country. And this one, it was decently close. The winner is going to be Kenneth Smith from Oklahoma. He only allowed a sack and 2 penalties from a tackle position, which is pretty awesome. Usually this award is dominated by guards just because it's easier to avoid letting up sacks. So the fact that we get a tackle finally win this is pretty nice. Kenneth Smith had a monster season. Oklahoma really caught on in the second half and ended up winning a bowl game. Followed by Danilo McClain from Stanford, who finished with 8 votes to the 13 votes by the winner. Next up is going to be the John Mackey Award for the best tight end. This one was pretty much a runaway with 24 votes to only 4 for the second place guy. So Patrick Gould from Utah is going to win this. He had one of the better seasons I've ever seen from a tight end. 66 catches, 1,503 yards, and 14 touchdowns. And this is a big one because he was a transfer from Alabama in the offseason. So this was a big acquisition for Utah as they try to keep progressing towards making a bowl bid. Patrick Gould, the winner of the John Mackey Award. And the next up is the Blitnikoff Award, the best wide receiver in the country. And this was super close. It came down to Charles Shackelford from Tennessee and Alan Hudak from Miami. And Hudak edged him out by 1 vote, 11-10. And one thing to know about Alan Hudak, he's the son of Vernon Hudak, who is the coach of Tennessee, who won the Eddie Robinson Award for best coach last year. So Alan Hudak, the son of Vernon Hudak, he had 101 catches, 2,017 yards, and 15 touchdowns. So he had a monster season, which is kind of interesting because I don't even know if you'd consider him the number 1 wide receiver in Miami, at least going forward with their young freshman that's going to be a star. So it's kind of neat to see Alan Hudak win this award for best wide receiver, the Blitnikoff Award winner. Next up, we got the Doak Walker Award winner. And this is an interesting award in the NCAA just because the rushing game has definitely been stymied in MFN. So you're seeing some new names each year kind come to the top. And this year it was actually a freshman, Marquez Callaway from Tennessee, who broke out 1,392 yards with 7 touchdowns, added 437 yards receiving with another 3 touchdowns. He got 17 votes compared to 8 from the previous year's award winner, Myles Gaskin, who finished second. So congratulations to Marquez Callaway from Tennessee for winning the Doak Walker Award winner. And the next up is the Davey O'Brien Award for Best Quarterback. And this one wasn't that close. Jonathan DiMartini from Tennessee had a breakout season, broke a bunch of records. And he got 16 votes compared to 7 from Sherwood and 7 from Souza. So congratulations to Tennessee's Jonathan DiMartini for winning the Davey O'Brien Award for Best Quarterback. And then we go up to the Maxwell Award winner for the best player in the country. And who is it? It's Jonathan DiMartini from Tennessee. He barely edged out James Sherwood by a vote. And then Keith Thomas got 7 votes, Sherwood 8 votes, and DiMartini 9 votes. So it was a really close race in this one. But congratulations to Jonathan DiMartini for winning the Maxwell Award for Best Player. And finally, the Heisman Trophy Award winner. And it's not surprising, it's kind of been held true in most of our seasons that, a player will dominate the awards. And this year's Heisman Trophy winner is Tennessee's Jonathan DiMartini. He just had a great season, and I think everybody just realized it. Tennessee's didn't necessarily have their best season, but I think that was more of a defensive side than the offensive side because our offense was amazing. DiMartini threw for 6,298 yards, 64 touchdowns with only 23 interceptions, 101.82 rating. So that's pretty much probably the best season we've had as far as a quarterback on NCAA. Second was James Sherwood, who won the award last year, and then followed by James Souza and then Charles Shackelford. So congratulations to Jonathan DiMartini for winning the Heisman Trophy. And that'll wrap up our awards. I'll try to get this posted as soon as possible. And once again, congratulations on an awesome season, everybody. Arizona Clemson in the final should be an awesome game. Talk to you on the other side. Get ready for the draft.